Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's me, Albatross. I have fully healed vocal cords. I'm not completely done moving into my home yet, but that's okay. I'm still going to be uploading throughout the move, but that's not what you're all here for. Let's talk about all this new stuff that's happening. Although, even though it's new stuff that's happening, it's not necessarily surprising, any of it. In fact, none of it's surprising. And okay, I can't say that I didn't predict it. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but I did predict this happening like about a year ago. In fact, did you guys know that my YouTube channel is like a year old like this month? What should we do? What should I do to celebrate? I don't know. It doesn't really feel like much to celebrate. Because really, what if we got accomplished this in 1 year? I'm sorry, not we. What have I accomplished this year on this channel, huh? Well, I mean, some might say it's a success. I'm kind of disappointed. I've only got 22 signatures on this petition to defund and dismantle the CIA. Even though I've talked myself to death about these people and how evil they are, how many crimes against humanity they have committed, crimes against children they've committed, whether home or abroad. I mean, these people are just no good. In fact, here's a challenge. I dare a single one of you to tell me a single thing, one single thing the CIA has ever done that actually benefited our country. Or, you know what, not even just our country, and humanity in general. It doesn't just have to be the United States. What have they done to benefit humanity at all? One thing. A solo single thing. Come on. I dare you. So why are we spending all this money? In fact, we spent a lot of money on the CIA. A good deal of money. And, not a single one of those motherfuckers did we vote in. Even though they arguably have more powerful than our politicians do. In fact, they literally have the power to lie to our politicians that we elect. This is why everything's become such a joke lately. It's because, the voting and stuff, we were all grown up and taught that, this is the freest country in the world. Well, it's starting to feel less and less free. I mean, all these people who we do not vote for are really, truly calling the shots. And we see it more and more every day. But to be honest, in my opinion, every single thing this last year, out of all of it, really the most gut-wrenching thing of all is the fact that since that Harris Faulkner segment that went viral where she was talking about the now it's almost 400,000 missing migrant children. This was well over a year ago, I think almost 2 years ago when she did this segment. It was during the election campaign. Naturally, this is when they ever wanted to talk about stuff that's actually important. Very rarely. So she talks about these missing children, and then it went viral, it went crazy, but then that was it. No one's brought it up since, except for us YouTubers. A very few amount of them either have brought it up. You know what I mean? I want to give credit where credit's due. A lot of them have, some of them have. I mean, it's still disappointing to me. I know in a world full of distractions, it can be kind of hard to discern and pick out, what are they trying to avert my attention from? What is truly important? It can be difficult. But honestly, here's a good guide to go by. Anything to do with the children, any child from any place, anywhere, is important. If a mass kidnapping, for example, in Africa happens, of an entire school in Nigeria, an entire school goes missing, gets kidnapped. But it's not, they would rather talk about, I don't know, P. Diddy or something. You see what I mean? So it's, if you actually truly think about it and use common sense, it's actually not very hard to see what they're trying to distract you from. They are trying to make everything seem important except the welfare of children. Everything's important but that, when it should be the exact opposite. Our children are our future. Naturally, they are the most valuable asset bar none, that we have. That's the $1 million question. What is the most valuable resource and asset we have? It is our children. And it always has been. They know this. They want us to get distracted from that and, fall for all this, oh my God, stupid crap that they talk about, that they worry about. I have yet to hear once since he's been elected, Donald Trump, bring it up again. I have yet once to hear about it. Not once. Kash Patel, the director of the FBI. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll admit it. If I've made a mistake and they've talked about it and maybe the mainstream media just didn't post it or whatever. But I have yet to see it. I have yet to see it. And here I'm sitting here going on a rant. When really, the whole point of this video, okay, this is what we need to do. This is a very simple task that we can do. I know everybody says, yeah, okay, Albatross, we hear you. The deep state's bad. The CIA's bad. But what can us silly, poor folk do about it? Well, I'm giving you something to do about it. Here, the barcode on your screen. There's also a link in the description. You can sign this petition and you can pass it along to all your family members and all your friends. Very simple thing to do. And it comes at no cost. It's absolutely free. And it will actually make a difference. That's the thing. You see, I can come on here, talk on YouTube all I want. All the other podcasters and YouTubers can come on here and talk all night long. All night long. But what good does it actually do if we don't offer a solution? If we don't offer a solution for hope. For hope. That things will actually get better. Well, here's something. It's the best I could come up with. I never claimed to be the smartest, but you know what? It's something. It's something. It actually took me a while to type up this petition. Thank you very much. And it comes at great personal risk. I don't talk about that as much, but it is. I don't really like to think about it, to be totally honest with you. But it says it right in the petition. The CIA are literally have the authority to kill anybody. They say this themselves. To kill anybody they deem a threat to national security. They said it. They admit it themselves. And that's a pretty vague statement. Well, what is their definition of a threat to national security? What is a threat to national security? Is, say, a petition to defund and dismantle the CIA? Would the CIA consider that a threat to national security? They might. And they might even be able to make themselves sound justified. Because really, they're under the pretense. You see, this is what gets on my nerves. They're sitting there acting like that they're doing the FBI's job. But it's like a big front. It's a big cover. You know what I mean? Think about it for a minute. The CIA got started. The main purpose, actually, it was to provide intelligence for the president of the United States specifically. Well, it's totally something different now. It's hard to even quite figure out what they are now. Intelligence, right? They gather intelligence. But the Federal Bureau of Investigation gathers intelligence. The military gathers intelligence. There's so many intelligence organizations. So specifically, what is the CIA's job? How do they benefit the United States? How do they benefit humanity at all? You know? Well, there's many sources on this petition too. More reading material that you can look through at your leisure. Also, a link to the declassified JFK files. As soon as I find the links to these declassified Epstein files, yeah, sure, I'll put them on there, I guess. But we all know it's going to be a big nothing burger. I think they've already started technically releasing some, and it's just, it's all more of the same. The elites are going to black out their names, and if the CIA didn't do it for them already, you know what I mean? And this is the type of corruption that this is going to start. Now, is this petition, even if we get all the signatures we need and we are actually successful in this endeavor, will that fix everything? No, it won't fix everything. But it is a huge step, because I'm telling you, the CIA is a huge freaking problem. And they've been a problem, a scourge on this world ever since their inception. They have done nothing to help humanity, okay? Nothing. Okay? And that's not their goal either. Their goal is not to help humanity either. It never was. They literally lie to Congress. The people that we elect lie to Congress. Been caught lying so many times, it's not even funny. And they don't get any repercussions for it. They never have. Ever since the 50s, this has been going on. And it's really stupid, actually. Think about all the people who they have ruined. Absolutely ruined. Lives they have ruined. That would never be the same. Families destroyed. People gone missing. All this stuff. Things that are irrevocable. Like, they have done some irrevocable, sorry, I can't get my words together because it bothers me this bad. It bothers me this bad that this organization can be so evil and have so much power. And you see, I figured it out. I know a lot of people out there are trying to say there's just too much evil in the world. There's more evil in the world than good. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. I believe that that's a very small percentage of bad people, yes, while they are extremely powerful, they have managed to convince good people to be complacent. And that's the problem. Because there's so many good people everywhere. And they are just so brainwashed. It doesn't mean that they're not good people. They're brainwashed. So I'm trying my best to be more patient on people like this who are still caught up in the matrix, because I myself was there. So I'm trying to have patience. But like, it's a little hard when you think about all the people out there that are still suffering. When you think about that we could actually have a peaceful world. It's actually feasible. If people will wake up and stop putting up with this bull crap that they've been programmed just to deal with. Yes. That was a mouthful. I had a lot to say tonight. I had a lot to say. It's been a while since I've been on here. Like I said, moving's been crazy and everything else. And now that I got my vocal cords recovered, I really want to take them out on a test drive. So I have been talking nonstop. And I really just wanted to come on here with you guys and share, where my thought processes are. It's been exactly a year since I started this YouTube channel. Remember when I started this YouTube channel, like, it wasn't even technically about, like, it had nothing to do with the CIA or MK Ultra technically at first. I was so moved by Allie Carter's story, and it was kind of like jolted me awake, Like, I was asleep. Like, I actually, like, was under the assumption that, like, our government, while not perfect for the most part, really cared about their people, and that was what was unique about our country. You know what I mean? Was that, like, we had a government grounded in morality, at least I thought, just like many people still believe. But once you wake up, you can't go back. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never be the same again. When you start, the lies go so deep. They were so masterful, it's like you see people who are awake, and then yet they're still falling for other lies because they gotten so good and sophisticated at lying. Like, they've woven, like, little truths, and sometimes big truths, and add a little lot, you know what I mean? But like, they've gotten so skillful and masterful at manipulation. It's just evil. It's just evil. And it makes me wonder, if we didn't have all this evil manipulating us, would we even have all this evil? I mean, really think about it for a minute. Like, I know that humans are capable of evil things. That's not what I mean. But I mean, some of the evil that's been committed in humanity over history is just like really reached like limits of, in my opinion, human capacity, some of it. So you can't help but wonder, like, if we had just been like left alone, would we have even done this to each other? I mean, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying that I'm just saying I'm tired of being lied to. Aren't you all tired of being lied to? Oh, my bad. Sorry about that. Forgot to turn my notes off, my notifications off. But anyways, aren't you all tired of being lied to? I am so tired of being lied to. And the CIA, I can't even think of a time they've told the truth. Except for what? That one tweet. We can neither confirm or deny. This is our first tweet. Like, that's probably the most truthful statement they've ever said. Ever. It was really more of an insult than anything, though. It really was. They were laughing at us. All the money that they get from us, the slaves, their slaves, they're laughing at the total lack of accountability they have for their actions. And our government's never going to hold them accountable. No one's ever going to hold them accountable except for us. Why would they hold themselves accountable unless we made them? That's what our forefathers was trying to drill into our heads. And it seems like we need a reminder. No, I mean, they need a reminder. We need a reminder and they need a reminder. They work for us. It's how our government's supposed to work. And this petition will definitely make a big statement. If we can actually get it signed, enough signatures, we could, like... I'm running out of things to say here. I don't even know. I'm a little frustrated. I even have to sit here and try to convince people to get into survival mode and get these parasites out of our government. But like I said, I'm trying to be patient. Just please, it's very simple, easy, costs nothing, a signature, and a share. I appreciate the help. Thanks. Have a good day.